Welcome to the channel Tribe. In this session of Instagram Live, we are having Shailesh Kumar discussing on starting your cloud journey as QA.
Hi everyone, welcome to another Instagram Live. So today we will be talking about starting your cloud journey as a QA. Very interesting topic, very unique topic from what we have done till now. So we will be calling our speaker soon on stage. We will be calling Shailesh, he is here. So firstly, I would love to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Browser Stack, who are our exclusive sponsors for all community events and our premier sponsors for all conferences. So we thank them for their support, because of which we are able to do so many events. Now I would like to call up on stage our speaker for today, Shailesh. Hi Shailesh, how are you?
Hello, hello everyone. I'm doing good. Hello, Vanshika. Let me fix the camera. Yeah, it is good.
So how has your day been?
Today has been Saturday, and most of the time, it's like normal. This is the only day when you get to rest. So
Got got it. So you have your Saturday off.
yeah, Saturday, Sunday off. So
Understood. So like we were just talking about one question, and that is how do people upskill themselves? And I would like to ask that same question to you. So how do you upskill yourself with the changes that are coming in technologies nowadays?
so the first whenever I get a new topic or let's say new problem in my work, or possibly like if a new thing is coming in the market, so I generally just like most of you guys, I also search YouTube and see whether other creators or probably someone else has something to add on this topic, and afterwards I probably refer to the official documentation and see if what the developers are talking about. And probably Udemy is also a good source, so I more than YouTube I trust Udemy. So that is that is also something which I look forward to it.
Definitely understood. So courses is a big one thing where you upskill yourself. Got it.
Yeah.
So now moving on, like I would firstly want to know something about you, your journey, because I know that you have been working for so long in testing, and then you also have a YouTube channel, right? So
Yeah.
would love to know about your journey from being just a tester to being a content creator also.
Yeah. So let me introduce myself in very short. So I started my testing career in 2015, just after passing out from college, and I felt I didn't choose testing, testing chose me. So right from my first project, I was assigned a testing, and at that time I was not aware if I would have to go back in time. I'll not say that I'll not choose testing, but rather than choosing testing, I will test different waters. Probably do little bit of development and see little bit of BA, what BAs are doing, probably Scrum Masters, and after that looking into couple of more things, and afterwards I'll decide what to do. So, and possibly I'll choose testing. So this is the this is one of the things that I feel testing chose me. And after that it has been almost 7 years of journey. So just like everyone else and most of the guys, I started as a manual tester, and again everything happened with me because of what do you call majburi. So just for the job change, I have to learn automation, and there also like uh, a lot of struggles. I have been to very low. It has been a very rough journey for me. So, but when I learned the automation part and how the things are working, I have went back and learned the basic Java stuff and everything. So thereafter, each and every point started connecting. Every dot was connected, and after that I got the confidence. Okay, now I know a little bit about this, and afterwards I cracked some really good organizations, and this is one of the reasons I have started my YouTube channel, just to tell my journey and help other people like me, because there was a time I remember then when I decided that IT and testing is not for me, and possibly I'll quit my IT career. But again, from there like I have bounced back. So this is the reason, like whenever someone comes to me and say that, okay, like we want to learn automation testing, so I try to guide them in such a way that like I generally tell them to like clear their basics first, learn basic Java stuff, basic coding, and after that like jump into automation. And believe me, guys, like all of you who are watching, that if you are struggling in learning automation, like try to learn the basic Java stuff first. And if you will understand the basic Java concepts, by basic Java concepts I mean the basic OOPS concepts, okay, abstraction, why do we need constructors, okay, these kind of stuffs. If you have the programming basics right, then learning automation is like learning Selenium is a cakewalk. Believe me, guys. So rather, like this is one of the things which most of the guys they don't do it right, is that they directly jump into learning automation, finding XPaths, and like finding elements, okay, learning what the selected class and everything. But like this is the thing which I suggest everyone, that like learn the basics of programming language first, and after that like learning automation will be cakewalk for you. So pretty long introduction, I guess.
Yeah, but I think it was needed. So, while you were telling me about your journey, I think you have worked like as a manual tester also, then you worked as an automation tester because you had to change your job. Now, today's topic you have chosen is how to, start your cloud journey as a QA.
Yeah.
So, like, why this topic particularly? Why did
Okay.
you choose
So
this topic to speak on?
exactly. So let me tell you that like before I start telling about this topic, so I'm an like AWS certified and Azure certified. So I have done my cloud architect associate exam last year, and the reason of me doing was that like it was the demand of my job. And again, just like testing chose me, I think cloud also chose me, because like there was a new project, and like we have to do testing on the cloud stuff. So that is the reason like I have to learn it. Okay, so just to do my day-to-day job better. So like I'll tell you the like background of why cloud is necessary, and why like just like Selenium, and like probably in next 5 to 10 years, everyone, like every QA is going to learn cloud. Okay, and if you are like watching right now, and like all of the audience, I request you to have a like look into the basic Azure certifications and AWS certification. And the reason I'm telling you is that like there is a reason why I'm forcing that much on the AWS and like cloud certifications and cloud knowledge, is that like couple of years back we have like servers, physical servers, probably hosted in our organization or probably somewhere else. But now with the invent of cloud, so let's take an example of CBSE. Okay, so all of you who are watching me, just you will connect with me on this point, that couple of years back when the 10th and 12th result used to came, like we used to pray that, okay, like we used to pray that we should like watch our result pretty soon, and the server will go down. So what used to happen is that they have, like, let's say they let's take an example that probably there is a capacity of let's say 100 people want to watch their result. Okay, now those 100 people will only watch the result, and they will close the website and go back home. Throughout the year, like there will be hardly 5 or 10 users who are accessing CBSE website. But on the result day, suddenly a lot of traffic will come, and that is the reason the server will go down. Okay, so this is one of the example where cloud come handy, where you can like purchase, it's like renting a space on someone else's computer. Okay, you are just renting 10 more machines, and you will use it for 2 days and give it back to the AWS. So I hope like you're able to understand through this example. It's just like it's nothing, just renting. So probably if tomorrow I have to move to Bangalore, I'll not buy a house over there. I will rent it out and use it for 2 to 3 months and come back, and probably that house will be used by someone else. So it's a similar analogy in cloud. So now what is happening is that this is a very basic example, but the like the positive of cloud is that like there is so much security. you will never see a cloud going down. Like cloud servers and regions goes down, but there is also disaster recovery plan which we will cover in the in the session. So that's it. Like that is the reason which I feel that okay, like cloud architect associate is something probably next level. But if you want to start, you can easily do the cloud practitioner one in 1 week. So just look at the syllabus, just go through the syllabus, and I have made a couple of videos on how you can crack this basic like cloud practitioner certification in 1 week. And believe me, guys, like I personally feel that if I can do it in 7 days, you all can do it in 5 days or 4 days. So that is the thing. And once you have that certification, so you have that confidence in yourself that okay, like I have basic cloud understanding. And believe me, guys, if you put those like certifications on your resume, it will weigh your resume more. So it will increase the weight of your resume, and there is high chances that your resume will get shortlisted and you will get called.
Got it, understood. So while you like very relatable example about CBSE site, because we all have faced that, last moment thing where everyone knows the result but you. So very relatable example. Now while we are testing our site or our product generally, what is the difference in approach while you're testing in a cloud environment?
Okay, so firstly, you have to see that what are you testing on the cloud. So there are a couple of cloud-based application. So right now, all those IT guys will relate with me that like on Friday, the Outlook and Microsoft Teams were down. Okay, so the reason of them going down is probably some of their cloud servers or possibly some of their code got messed up. So why I'm telling you is that because the Outlook and Microsoft 365 is a great example of product as a service. So there are three categories in cloud: the infrastructure, the platform, and the product. Like infrastructure as a service, product as a service, and software as a service. So like all those organizations which are using Office 365, they have packaged their software, and it is a great example of software as a service. Okay, so this is one example that okay, if you have to test your product in cloud, that is a totally different thing. The second scenario can be that you have developed a product and now you want servers, you want scalability, auto scaling groups, and all that stuff. The power of cloud, AWS Lambdas, S3 buckets. Okay, so all these things, like if you want to integrate with your current project, so you have to take help or possibly buy the license from the AWS or Azure or Google Cloud. Okay, and that is the second scenario. The third scenario can be that API testing. So whatever like you have a different product and the results are getting saved on the cloud. So whatever the results are getting saved, you can verify it over there. So there can be like 10 or 20 examples which I can give you that like different scenarios of testing. But as a tester, if I have to like share my journey, so I'll say that start with the basic stuff, start with the EC2. One more great example of the automation guys will let with me that your automation script you are running on your local. So tomorrow you want to run parallelly on 10 machines. So our current sponsors browser stack is also a great example of tools where you can like leverage those technology and run parallelly your scripts on 10 different browser on 10 different machines. But what tomorrow if you need 100 machines? Okay, so for that, like AWS or probably any cloud platform can come handy, and you can parallelly execute your script on cloud. So that is also a great example that okay, you can take like rent a EC2 machine for 10 minutes, run your script, close it down your EC2, and your work is done. Your result is there, and you can showcase it to clients. Like it's a great way to POC, and you don't have to put in much efforts. Believe me, guys, you can write a simple Google script. Okay, possibly do a Google search. Okay, 2-page script, run it on the cloud. As simple as that, and you will have an understanding of how cloud is working and everything. And it will probably take 30 minutes for you to sign up for an AWS account. Just put in your credit card details, and I'm sure like they'll not charge you that much, very minimal cost, and you can start running your scripts on the cloud.
Understood. Got it. So while we are talking about, different scenarios in which we can use cloud environment to test our, like when we are using cloud environment to test our products or our services, how do you think we can stay, how do you think we can ensure the security while while we are doing cloud-based testing? Because I think while we are moving towards online, the issues with the security are also increasing, be it in our APIs or be it in some other parts. But how do you ensure that security?
Yeah, that is a really great question. And like security and compliance is one thing which which every client, like before handling the project, they want to ensure that whatever you're testing and the data is not leaking out. Okay, so like security in cloud is like both parties responsibility. It is the responsibility of the cloud provider plus you. So like we have to understand what is the area which to which like the cloud provider is responsible. So the physical like the physical servers, okay, security of those physical servers, electricity, temperature control, the servers are running fine, so that will be taken care by the cloud provider. And after that, whatever we are running, possibly if you have if you have an SQL like database and you have put all the data in the EC2, and tomorrow you are saying that okay, and possibly you have put it in the S3 bucket and that is the public, then AWS cannot do anything to save or possibly hide the data. So what the security and compliance in the cloud is the responsibility of both the parties. And as like this is the reason why we do certification, to know different kind of possibly endpoints. And once you will start learning, so after that, after some time, you will have the understanding of how we can like include the security endpoints in our scripts. So like as you will start learning, you will get to know. And like I'll take a little break, and I want to ask our audience that if they want to ask anything like till here, if they have any doubt, if they want to ask anything, like possibly in next 2 minutes, you can ask and I'll answer those questions.
Yeah. So I think that was one question, and it goes very well with our next question also. So while you were talking about learning and doing certifications, one question that we have received from Shravan is, are there any cloud certification for QA, which you already talked about, but I would like you to, put more light onto it, because when we talk about cloud, like there are two services which are big. One is Microsoft Azure and one is AWS. So which certification to do, and what services to take? So can you put some light on it?
Sure. I will cover it. And like those of you who are watching, I want like I'll give a roadmap. So if you want to note it down, you can possibly note it down for your reference, and it will be really helpful for you in the future. So if you are a QA and possibly if you have less than 10 years of experience, then right now I can tell you that start with AWS Cloud Practitioner 1. Okay, it will hardly take you 1 week. Believe me, at max 2 weeks of time, and in 2 weeks you will be AWS Cloud certified. Okay, and after that, like in the Cloud Practitioner 1, you will see basic services like what are EC2s, what are AWS Lambdas. Okay, why do we need auto scaling groups, different securities on the EC2s, and etc. etc. So sorry for that. So the reason I'm telling you is that once you are done with the AWS Cloud Practitioner 1, so you will have a basic understanding, and after that, like you can plan the Solution Architect Associate 1, and it will take you around 2 to 3 months. Okay, that is like little extensive, and for that, like you have to give mock also. So this much is enough for a QA. And apart from that, like coming to the Microsoft side, so I have like a couple of months back, like I think 2 months back, I have done the Microsoft Azure fundamentals. So that is one of the certifications which, like if you are a dev BA, QA, everyone should do it, just because like I'm sure most of you are using Agile in your current project, and like there are like Microsoft agents and boards and everything. So you will have a basic understanding of how the Azure workflows and everything. So like that Azure fundamental is also a good certification to start with. So that is like that is how I'll recommend you to start with AWS Cloud Practitioner. After that, possibly go with the Microsoft Azure fundamental, and after that, go with the like AWS Solution Architect Associate. And after that, also like there are a couple of more certifications which you can decide. So that's it.
Understood. Understood. So, so what I understood from this is that these certifications are good for when you're starting, right? To learn the basics, to get a feel of everything and know basics of it. But like in generally, the developments are always happening in these services, right? New features gets rolled in and all. So how do you stay current with the latest updates and developments that are happening in the cloud testing?
Okay. So like I'll not answer it on the basis of cloud, but anything in general. So let's say tomorrow the requirement come for the performance testing. I have no idea of the how JMeter works. Okay. Same goes with, let's say I'm a manual tester and tomorrow a requirement comes for the automation testing and I have no idea about the automation testing. Same goes with cloud. So whatever a new things come, whenever a new things come, just don't panic and don't say no. So I have like, this is one of the mistakes which I have done in the initial of my career, that okay, I'll say no, I'm a manual tester, I'll not do automation. Okay, I'm an automation tester, I'll not do performance testing. Okay, I'm a performance tester, I'll not do security testing. Okay, so these are the mistakes which will like hamper your growth in the IT. So but don't say that, "Oh, okay, I'm an expert," then you will like, you are digging your own grave, because tomorrow your manager will come to you and say, okay, Shailesh, yeah, like last week you have said that, okay, you know this thing, and why then, where the result? So the basic approach of like to keep up to date with any tools or technology is that like keep on upgrading yourself. Just possibly look out for any like YouTube videos, tutorials, and after that, like possibly Udemy course, or maybe a Test Tribe is also a good platform where like there are a couple of work conferences going on which you can join and take the leverage of like there are great instructors I have seen. So you can like get there and have a basic understanding of what the instructor is telling, and after that like you can learn that thing and like implement in your current project. And I personally believe that you learn while doing. Okay, it's not like, okay, you will have the basic, like you will cover the syllabus, okay, learn it by yourself. So as you will keep on learning, you will face difficulties, just don't give up. So I have seen guys like if there is a bug coming, they will not try to debug it, and rather than like they will say, okay, like on my machine it's not working. So you don't have to be like that. Just try to basic debug, take help from others, take help from your seniors. I'm sure like if you will like ask for help, there are a couple of people who will surely help you. And that is my way of learning and exploring things. And I'm sure like if you will follow this approach, like not just cloud, you can learn anything.
Understood. Got it. So, before asking my next question, I would like to just, ask the audience that if you have any questions, just drop it in the comments or the question answer tab, and we will sure take it up.
Sure.
So, next question is about. So, a lot of times, for example, you gave an example of Microsoft Teams and what happened on like a few days back.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times, because we have a dependency on some other services, right? We are basically renting, as you explained, we are renting a space and we are hosting it. So it is possible that their servers gets down, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to, ask about that. So how do they ensure, or how can we ensure that in those cases, probably everything stays all right?
Yeah, that is one of like another great question from you, Vanshika. And so the thing is that there is something called disaster recovery, because tomorrow if you are using AWS or Azure, so you cannot tell your client that, okay, my data didn't get processed because AWS was down. So that is not a reason, because in the real world, when there are transactions of billions happening, so you like possibly you have transferred 1 lakh rupees to someone, and like your account got debited and their account is not credited, and the money is somewhere between. So you will reach out to bank, then bank will not say that, okay, AWS servers was down, that's why this transaction got failed. So this is a great example where the disaster recovery comes into picture, and this is the reason why like AWS have, like, let's say in a region there are like a couple of availability zones which are like minimum 100 miles away from each other. So let's say if a availability zone is down, then the second availability zone will come into picture and your data will not be lost.
Understood. Got it.
Yeah.
So there are measures that are taken for this.
Yeah,
So we have a question.
And this is something like which you have to implement in your project. So like you have to write code in such a way that if my request is not happening, I will retry it for 3 times, and after that I will switch in to the next region. Okay, and in that, like there is a disaster recovery plan which you can find it on the AWS website. So it's a great tool.
Understood. Got it. So we have a question from Swapnil. And he's asking, as manual tester, what will be tools to look up to get into the role of a cloud testing?
Okay, so if as a manual tester, I'll say that like first cover your basics first. Okay, rather than jumping on cloud or automation or anything, first get your basics right of manual testing. Okay, and possibly if you are less than 5 years of experience, then I'll suggest you to go for an IS2QB certification. Okay, and after that, like if you are targeting cloud, then the same roadmap which I have told you, just start with the basic cloud certification, possibly Azure Fundamentals or AWS Cloud Practitioner. And after that, like after doing that certification, I'm sure you don't have to go out in the public and ask someone that, okay, what to do next. You will yourself get that motivation to start and do next certifications, and you will have an idea what to do next.
Understood. I think that answers your question, Swapnil. So I think the questions from my side are over.
Like I would like to tell all the viewers that if you have any doubt regarding cloud testing, so you can probably reach out to me over LinkedIn or possibly YouTube or Instagram also. So I have made my notes on the Solution Architect Associate 1, and I've explained like how you can take advantage of them and clear your certifications.
Yeah, so I don't think we have any questions.
Perfect. And
so
at the end, like I want to thank Vanshika and the whole Test Tribe team for conducting these kind of live sessions. It's a great way for like people like me also. So I join these like Instagram lives regularly, and it's a great way to learn. Okay, so thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Shailesh, for like doing this and joining in. This was surely a very unique topic because we haven't touched this yet in our lives also, and generally in our sessions also. So thank you so much for doing this with us. And if anyone else is in like NCR region, then Shailesh is doing a more descriptive version of this in our physical meetup on 18th of Feb. So do check that out and join in if you want.
Sure.
And you
on
can
18th
ask
February,
questions. Yes, 18th February.
My LinkedIn. So Swapnil is asking for my LinkedIn ID. So like just search Shailesh Kumar and you will find me.
So thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much, Shailesh, for doing this with us. And surely we will probably meet in another live or another event. Definitely would love to host you again. And so we will all meet in some another Instagram live or some other session on some other unique topic with another guest. So till then, keep learning and have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.